The Land Transportation Franchising and Regulatory Board on Tuesday fines Uber and Grab 5 million pesos each for permit violations. This after Grab and Uber's admission that they allowed drivers to operate without permits. The LTFRB earlier banned transport network companies like Grab and Uber from registering new drivers. Grab and Uber, in their defense, said they needed to meet public demand. While the LTFRB did not go as far as to close down the operations, their accreditation as TNCs are still up for review. Grab's accreditation expired on July 3, while Uber's is set to expire in August. Alleged pork barrel scam mastermind Janet Lim Napoles last Wednesday asked the Supreme Court to grant her bail for a plunder case that includes former Senator Juan Ponce Enrile. The petition for certiorari with a prayer for bail was filed before the High Court. Enrile's plunder case alleged the senator's Priority Development Assistance Fund or PDAF was channeled to Napoles' fake non-governmental organizations. It asked the SC to junk her plunder case and set her free. Napoles has 5 plunder charges. She was previously granted bail in 2 cases, so she would need to be granted bail 3 times more to attain temporary freedom. The SC granted Enrile bail in 2015. Napoles' lawyer Dennis Buenaventura earlier said her acquittal of serious illegal detention before the Court of Appeals would help her case. Presidential spokesman Ernesto Abella on Wednesday says President Rodrigo Duterte doesn't need the approval of others. Abella was reacting to a Rappler report on how the German government, this year's G20 summit host, did not invite Duterte even if the Philippines is the current chairman of the Association of the Southeast Asian Nations. Abella says, quote, "It's really not the style of the president because we need to run our own economy. Our progress as a nation is not tied to the approval of others." Since the 3rd year of the G20 summit in 2010 until last year, the ASEAN chair was always invited to attend the annual meeting of the world's 20 leading advanced and emerging economies. Vietnam was invited instead as this year's host of the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation Summit or APEC. Former Senator Bongbong Marcos on Tuesday completes the payment of the 66.2 million peso fee for his electoral protest against Vice President Leni Robredo. The Supreme Court, sitting as a presidential electoral tribunal, earlier ordered Marcos to complete the payment of his 66.2 million peso electoral protest fee before July 14. Marcos paid an initial 36 million pesos on April 17. He pays the balance in 2 checks, one for 15 million pesos and another for 15.2 million pesos. After Marcos's payment, PET begins a preliminary hearing on his electoral protest and Robredo's counter-protest over the results of the 2016 vice presidential polls. A scoring review by the World Boxing Organization confirms Australian Jeff Horn's shock welterweight title victory over boxing champion Manny Pacquiao. The WBO reviewed the fight after Pacquiao, backed by the Philippine government sports regulatory body, demanded a review after losing in Brisbane on July 2. Horn stunned the Filipino legend with his aggressiveness to earn a unanimous 12-round decision. The WBO, which does not have the power to reverse a decision unless fraud or law violations are proven, set up a panel of independent and anonymous judges who are asked to watch the bout without sound and determine who won each round. The results were tabulated to show clearly the rounds each fighter won using an average scale based on 60, 80, and 100%, with 3 of the 5 officials needing to be in agreement. A similar method has been used to review WBO title fights before. WBO said Pacquiao won the 3rd, 8th, and 9th round by 100%, the 5th round by 80%, and the 11th round by 60%, while Horn won the 1st, 6th, and 12th rounds by 100%, the 2nd, 4th, and 7th rounds by 80%, and the 10th round by 60%. Overall, Horn won 7 rounds to Pacquiao's 5.